Following last issue's reveal of Vision's involvement within Ultron's system, this issue begins with an important reveal. Ultron is not in the present. He is controlling events by sending orders from the future. She-Hulk and Luke Cage realize they need to get this important tidbit to the rest of the survivors, but escape is not easy. She-Hulk is vaporized and Luke Cage is chased through the streets until his pursuers destroyed a nuclear detonation. The large explosion inadvertently acts as additional cover for the fleeing Avengers who are evacuating to the Savage Land. Meanwhile, in Chicago, Red Hulk catches up to Taskmaster, who after T'Challa's death is fleeing the city. Hulk doesn't trust Taskmaster's motives and rips him apart, heading his own way now carrying last issue's retrieved Sentry component. In San Francisco, Black Widow comes across Nick Fury's end-of-the-world containment plans. Following the plan, Widow and Moon Knight leave SF heading for Antarctica. 8 days after Cage's explosion, the surviving Avengers reach the Savage Land and meet the SF duo and surprisingly Red Hulk as well. But the biggest surprise is that Cage miraculously made it out of the explosion, and though dying from radiation, he is able to deliver the intel. Combining Cage's info with Nick Fury's intelligence files, it finally looks like the heroes have the semblance of a plan that's not simply a suicide mission.
So it seems like they're going to use a Nick Fury plan to get rid of Ultron by, Red Hulk says, wiping him out of existence. What do you think that means? Are they going forward in the future to fight the controlling Ultron, or back in the past to stop Ultron from being created?
I think this is going to allow for a lot of really cool time manipulation to go on. So far, this event seems to really draw connections to a lot of what we brought up before, Bendis' work, but a lot of just past Marvel storylines. And I think by being able to jump in time in some way, I think we're going to maybe see some really cool stuff from a lot of older Marvel storylines.
I don't know, a lot of times when I hear time travel in comics, I'm always worried about like a universe reset. I'm not necessarily saying that'll be a bad thing, but I don't know.
I do love that it's Nick Fury's plan that is going to be put into motion here. You know, Cap comes up with his plan and it basically gets 2 people killed.
Yeah, pretty worthless.
But Nick Fury's got a plan from who knows when, and it might just save everyone.
Yeah, it just kind of shows what an awesome character Nick Fury is. Is like, he's not even there, and he's calling the shots.
Yeah.
So Captain America's plan basically does get 2 people killed. She-Hulk gets shredded by Ultrons. We see that happen. And Luke Cage makes it to the Savage Land, but then dies. I guess he does pass along some information, which is pretty valuable.
It is valuable information. So in that respect, Cap's plan did succeed, but
you kind of threw away 2 pieces, in my opinion.
That just seems to be one of the themes of Age of Ultron, where everyone is expendable.
Yeah, T'Challa died in the 3rd issue, and he's probably one of the most valuable, Marvel Avengers out there.
Yeah, and he just dies in a simple break of the neck. And in this issue, Taskmaster just gets shredded by Red Hulk because he doesn't trust him anymore.
Well, Taskmaster is a villain.
And because time manipulation now seems to be in the mix, it leads me to believe that they can do this and everyone will be fine in the end anyway.
Which is sort of annoying, but I guess that's okay.
One of the major things that this issue did in particular was sort of move all the different storylines that we've seen in New York, Chicago, and in San Francisco together.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of convenient that they were all able to meet up and none of them were attacked by Ultron on the way.
Yeah, 8 days later, they're able to all be in the same spot.
Simultaneously, and they don't really explain how any of them got there. They
provide some hints that, I guess, Red Hulk just jumps his way there. But how does he know where to go? I have a feeling that if that nuclear device with Luke Cage hadn't gone off, Ultron would have been able to catch all these people.
So he's like distracted is what you're thinking? Or
that's the only reason I can think that everyone gets away unscathed after so many people have died to just Ultron sentries, which are apparently everywhere.
Right. We also learned a little bit more about how Ultron's controlling them. He's using Vision, and he's controlling them from the future. What do you think of Vision in this issue?
I felt Vision had a very important role because he showed that he was fighting Ultrons.
Right, because he fights the control for long enough to tell Luke Cage that he's controlling me from the future.
And so it's apparent that Vision isn't evil, he's sort of just being manipulated.
Yeah, we kind of speculated last issue that he might have turned evil, since She-Hulk kind of screwed him over, and Wanda's screwed him over in the past as well. The Avengers as a whole haven't always been kind to him.
But it turns out that it's just Ultron using his capacity over machines, or maybe just his closer relationship with Vision, because he is the creator, to control him in some manner. Though my question is, how is he controlling him from the future?
Use time travel technology.
To consistently just travel? I don't know. I guess they would have a messenger, or is there some sort of...
I think there's some sort of like data link. Temporal data link.
Maybe in some way Vision is also in that future as well, and so he's getting the information there, but he's also stuck in this past.
Yeah.
Maybe something abstract like that.
So is it great for Age of Ultron number 4? What would you give it?
I'm going to give this issue a 3 out of 5. This is now the 4th issue, and I kind of feel that we've sort of been strung along. I've liked the Easter eggs that Bendis has thrown in about a lot of the older Marvel lore and other storylines that have been going on in the Marvel Universe, but overall I'm kind of disappointed at the pace that the story has been developing.
I completely agree with you on the problem of pace. I'm going to give this issue a 2.5. Really not too much happened in this issue. You can really just boil it down to the fact that Ultron is controlling things from the future, Vision isn't bad, and they're going to use a Nick Fury plan to set things right.
Thanks for watching B3 Comics' review of Age of Ultron Book 4. Before we go, we have a question for you.
So people are dying right and left in this series. Who do you think will be the next Marvel character to die?
You can leave your thoughts in the comments below, and like always, if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, and tell your friends!